Hello students, welcome you once again back to GK's maths class. In continuation of determinants, this is part 3 of determinants where we are going to discuss how to solve linear equation using matrix method. It's a very important chapter. As far as the board exam, Cbse board exam is concerned, you may get a 4-mark case study question or a 5-mark question. So very important chapter, and it is time consuming, it is little lengthy also. So I will try to cover 4 to 5 types of questions which generally comes in the board exam. I hope this video will be useful to you, and in the next video I will be also continuing with this determinant, where I will be talking about solving linear equation involving two variables and two variables and two equations. And also we will try to discuss 1-mark questions, and we will also do some case study questions if time permits. Okay, I hope all these videos are useful to you. Okay, kindly subscribe to my channel and also click the bell icon to get notifications on all videos that I post. So with that, we'll make a beginning. Very important. It will take some time because the questions are a little lengthy. The answers, the procedure is lengthy. It is not difficult, but it is lengthy. So we'll try to do it slowly. Okay. Now let's just start. Now, before I move on to the problem solving, let us recap what we have done last class. We have learned how to find inverse of a matrix, which is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Then I spoke to you about what is an adjoint of a matrix. Adjoint of a matrix is defined as cofactor of matrix whole transpose, and we have talked about cofactor. Cofactor is denoted as Aij, which is minus 1 to the power of I plus j into Mij. And what is Mij? Mij is the minor. Okay, and A inverse will exist only when determinant is not equal to 0. So it is very important, you should know all this. So this I already discussed it. Of course, the details of determinant of the previous video I will put it in the description box for you to refer. Okay, so let me not waste too much time on the theory again, because it's already done before. Now let's start with the problem. Now this is the first question. Actually it is -4, that's a mistake. Okay, now what is the first question? If matrix A is given, find A inverse and hence solve this equation. So we'll come to the solving equation a little later. First we'll try to find A inverse. We already know how to find A inverse, right? We already know how to find A inverse. I assume that you know it, because that has been done in the previous video. If in case you don't know, please refer to that. For the benefit, I will do one sum here completely. Maybe in the next sum I will write the A inverse directly. Now what is for finding A inverse? First I have to find determinant of A. Now how do I find determinant of A? Determinant of A is 1, 2, minus 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, minus 3, minus 4. Now how do I expand this? 1 into, remember it has plus, minus, plus. Okay, the first row has cofactor. So since it is plus, it's 1. Omit that row and omit that column. What do you get? 3 minus 12 and minus of minus 6. Minus 12 minus of minus. When you go up, you have to put a minus sign. Minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. Now I go to the next column, first row, second column. What is that? The sign is minus 2. So it didn't come along with this. So it is minus 2 into, it is 2 into minus 4, that is minus 8. And 3 into 2 is 6, so I put minus 6. Correct? Now let's go to the next element. How do I do this? The sign is minus 3. The sign is plus, so it's minus 3 into minus 6, minus 9. So it is minus 6, minus 2 into minus 14, minus 3 into minus 15. So this is minus 6 plus 28 plus 45. So it is 67, which is not equal to 0. So you have come up with the first statement that determinant A is not 0. So if determinant A is not 0, what do you know? It's a non-singular matrix. A inverse will exist. So now you can go to the next step. So now my job now is to find cofactor. Now how do I find cofactor? Remember I told you your cofactor should be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Keep this in mind. Okay, now I'm going to write cofactor. So first let me write cofactor of A11 followed by A12 and then followed by A13. First let me write the first row, A11, A12. Since it is plus, minus, plus, I'll introduce that also. So it is plus, minus and plus. Now what is A? One second, let me delete this. I didn't want this. Okay, now I want to go for A11. So for that what I do, as usual, since it is same blue color, it is confusing. So I take this and followed by, okay, let us see how you'll get. First row, omit that column. Don't even take that element. Omit that row, omit that column. So what do you get? This is minus 12. When you go up, it's minus, so it is plus 6. So this is minus 6. I hope this is clear. Minus 12 plus 6. Now jump to the next element. What do you get? Minus 8, minus 8, minus 6. So it is plus 14, correct? Now what do? Go to the third column. If you go to the third column, what do I get? Minus 6, minus 6, minus 9. So it is minus 15. So I have finished the first row. Now let's go to the second row. I'll write with a different color. A21, A22 and then A23. This is again minus, this is plus, this is minus. Minus, plus, minus. Okay. Now bring this row to row 2, row 1 to row 2, and then this column you bring it back to column 1. So omit that row and omit that column. I omitted this row and I omitted this column. So what do you get? Minus 8. See, minus 8. Minus of 9. Because minus 3 into minus 3 is plus 9. So when you go upward, you put minus 9. Now what's the next one? Go to the second column. What do you get here? You get minus 4. Minus 4. The reverse will be minus of minus 9, that will be plus 9, correct? Minus 4, minus of minus 9. Now let's move on to the third column. What do you get here? Minus 3, minus 3, minus of 6. So this is 17 and this is 5 and this is 9. Okay, it's done. Okay. Now let's go to the third row. A31, A32, A33. So again you have to take care of the cofactor, plus, minus and plus. See this? Plus, minus and plus. Now what I should do? Bring this row to row 3. Bring this column to column 1. Omit that row, omit that column. What do you get? 4 minus of minus 9, that is plus 9, which is 13. Then shift this. What happens? This will be 2. Yes, 2. Minus of minus 6, that is plus 6. So it is minus 8. Correct now? Now go to the third column. So what you get, 1 into 3 is 3 minus 4. Finished? It's lengthy but not difficult. I hope you understand how to find cofactor. I have done in detail in the previous video also. I have repeated again for you. Now what is cofactor of A? Cofactor of A is minus 6, 14, minus 15, 17, 5, 9, 13, minus 8, minus 1. Let me just cross check it once, okay? Minus 16, 14, minus 15, 17, 5, 9, 13, minus, otherwise I have to repeat it again, otherwise everything will be time waste. Okay, now I have found cofactor. Now how do I find adjoint of A? Adjoint of A is transpose of the cofactor. So it is minus 6, 17, 13, 14, 5, minus 8, minus 15, 9, minus 1. All that you need to do is interchange rows and columns. Minus 6, 17, 13, 14, 5, minus 8, minus 15, 9, minus 1. Now what is A inverse? A inverse, there is a formula. 1 by determinant of A, 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So this is the formula for A inverse. So what is determinant of A? Determinant of A is 67. So 1 by 67 into, what is adjoint of A? I have found here. Minus 6, 17, 13, 14, 5, minus 8, minus 15, 9, minus 1. So this is a huge task. So if it is a 5-mark question, maybe till here you'll get 3 marks. Okay. So very, very important that you find A inverse. That I'm sure by now you should be clear because you have done many questions on that. So I have found A inverse. Now how do I solve this equation? Okay. To solve this equation, what I will do, I will go to the next page, but I'll take this inverse. I have the inverse. Let me keep it on one side because I need it for reference. So I have the inverse. Okay. Now I want to solve this equation. To solve this equation, what you do, write the coefficient of x, y, z. What is coefficient of x, y, z? 1, 2, minus 3. So I got the first row. What is coefficient of x, y, z in the second equation? 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. What is coefficient of x, y, z in the third equation? 3, minus 3, minus 4. So it's a 3 by 3 matrix. Now how do I bring in the component of x, y, z? I will write it as a column matrix. So you can see clearly, this is 3 by 3, this is 3 by 1, multiplication is possible, and the output should be also a resultant matrix. So what will be the output matrix? It will be of order 3 by 1. The output matrix will be that constant. Actually, it should be minus 4. So it is minus 4, 2, and 11. Minus 4, 2, and 11. Now you can clearly check. First row, first column, what happens? X plus 2y minus 3z equal to minus 4. Correct. 2x plus 3y plus 2z equal to 2. Perfect. 3x minus 3y minus 4z equal to 11. It makes sense. Okay. So you are able to express this equation, a linear equation, in a matrix form. That is why it's called matrix method. Okay. So one of the application of matrices is to solve system of equations. Now what happens, if you observe this very carefully, this is nothing but matrix A. Can you see it? It's exactly A. So this is A. But I don't know what this is, so I will call it X equal to B. I have given two new names to it. So what is X then? You have to declare the variable. X is X, Y, Z. And what is your B matrix? That is minus 4, 2, and 11. Correct? So now I want to find this x. If you see, a is to the left side of x, so I will pre-multiply by a inverse. You cannot post multiply, then the commutative property will come in. You know, matrix multiplication is not commutative, so you can't write wherever you want. Since a is to the left side of x, the a inverse should be taken on the left side, so it's pre-multiplication. Now I'm using associative property. A inverse a is I. Now what is I into x? It is x. A inverse into b. Everything is finished. Now I want to multiply. Now what is x? X is x, y, z equal to, what is A inverse? I have A inverse. 1 by 67 into minus 6, 17, 13, 14, 5, minus 8, minus 15, 9, minus 1 into, what is the constant? My constant is minus 4 to 11. My constant is minus 4, 2 and 11. My constant is minus 4, 2 and 11. Now I have to multiply. So this is x, y, z equal to 1 by 67 into, now multiply first row, first column. First row with first column. What do you get? 24 plus 34 plus 143. Now second row, first column. How do you do second row, first column? The second row, first column will be, I think it is minus 56 plus 10 minus 88. Now go to the third row, first column. What do you get? It is 60 plus 18 minus 11. So I will get x, y, z equal to 1 by 67 into, if you add all of them, what do you get? 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 201, I think. Correct? I think it's 201. And this is minus 46, minus 134, I suppose. Minus 134. And this is 67. So from this you get x is equal to 201 by 67 is 3, y equal to minus 134 by 67 is minus 2, z equal to 1. But I'm using equality of two matrix. So if you do all this, you get 5 marks. Very, very simple problem, but it is slightly lengthy, so you have to concentrate. I took some time because I'm trying to explain, but if you practice well, you can finish this problem in less than 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, and it's worth because it's a 5 mark question. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. Now let's go to the next question. You can call this problem as type 1. Okay, the one which I did now, you can call it type 1. The next question is slightly different. Okay, this is called type 2. This is type 2. Now how do I do this problem? What is the difference? We'll find out that difference. Okay. Now what happens in this problem is, first of all, I want to find A inverse. So as I said, I will not be wasting too much time on doing the same thing again and again. So I will just write. So determinant of A you have to find first. 1, 2, 2. You follow the same procedure that I did for the previous problem. You will definitely get the determinant value. And the determinant value is minus 16. Determinant value is minus 16. If you want, I can just quickly tell you this is 2 into 2 minus 2 minus 3 into 1 plus 6 plus 1 into 1 plus 6. Again, we'll check it. 2 into 2 minus 2 minus 3 into 1 plus 6, 1 into 1 plus 6. So what is this? This is 0. So this is minus 21 plus 7. Correct? This is what is 7 minus 21 plus 7 is. I think something is wrong. Minus 3, 1. This is minus 1. See, I made a mistake here. So it will be 2 into minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 into minus 1 plus 6 plus 1 into 1 plus 6. See this? 2 into minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 into minus 1 plus 6 plus 1 into 1 plus 6. So this is minus 8 minus 3 into 5 plus 7. So this is minus 1 minus 15. So it is minus 16. So it is not at all difficult. It's very easy. Now I will write for you the cofactor. Now what is you have to find cofactor of A, right? So A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, usual procedure, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. I always write like this so it becomes, I don't miss out on that plus, minus, plus. Now you have to go one by one. You can take this one first and you can take the other one. So you can do it quickly and see what you get. What do you get? This is minus 2 minus 2. Therefore it is minus 4. And then what's the next one? The next will be minus 1 plus 6. Therefore it is minus 5. Let's move on to the next one. What do you get? It will be 1 plus 6, which is 7. So you can keep on doing the same thing. I have already done the calculations. I don't want to waste my time. It is minus 4 minus 5 plus 7. And this is, you will get minus 4 here. So it will be plus 4. And this is 1. And this is minus 11. And A31 is 4. This is minus 3. And this is 1. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Because again and again, I have to repeat the same process. It will be time waste. Now, what is cofactor of A? What is cofactor of A? So, cofactor of A will be minus 4, minus 5, 7, 4, 1, minus 11, 4, minus 3, 1. Then you find adjoint of A. So what is the adjoint of A? The adjoint of A will be minus 4, minus 5, 7. Minus 4, 4, 4, minus 5, 1, minus 3, 7, minus 11 and 1. What is our adjoint? Transpose of the cofactor. So you take transpose. Now I want to find A inverse. What is A inverse? 1 by determinant of A. What is determinant of A? Minus 1 by 6. 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Minus 4, 4, 4, minus 5, 1, minus 3, 7, minus 11 and 1. Okay, I think this is correct. Let me just check it. Minus 4, 4, 4. If this is wrong, everything is gone. So let me just check it. Yeah, perfect. Now I am going to solve the equation. Till here, it is exactly like the previous problem. Whatever we did in the previous problem is exactly the same thing. Finding A inverse. Let me copy this. I'll post it in the next page. Okay, I have done. Now, look at the equation. As usual, what we'll do, write the coefficient of x, y, z. What is coefficient of x, y, z? 2, 1, minus 3. That is why it's different type. Then it is 3, 2, 1, followed by 1, 2, minus 1. 1, 2, minus 1. And obviously, you know now it is x, y, z and equal to constant. What is the constant here? 13, 4 and 8. I think all this is clear. Now, if you observe this carefully, in the previous problem, it was A. But in this problem, it is not A, but it is A transpose. Can you see this is A? What is transpose? 2, 1, minus 3. It's there. 3, 2, 1. and 1 2 minus 1. It is not A, but it is A transpose. That is why it's of a different type. Okay, so this is not A, this is A transpose. That is why this is different. So make a note of this. This is very, very important type of question. Okay, A transpose X equal to B. A transpose X equal to B. Now, you want to find X, but before that let me declare what X is. X is what? It's always good habit to declare a variable which you are using. So 13, 4, 8. Now your A transpose is to the left side of X. So what you will do, you will take inverse on both sides. You see what I did? A transpose inverse B. I took inverse. Inverse of what? In the previous problem I took inverse of A. Here it is A transpose. A transpose is a matrix. Take inverse of A transpose. A inverse of A transpose. So if you look at this carefully, okay, this is like A inverse into A. So which will be I. So Ix equal to A transpose inverse of B. But Ix is what? X. Now you are going to use a very important result, that A transpose inverse. Make a note of this result, is A inverse transpose. Very, very important result. A transpose inverse is A inverse transpose. This is why this type is totally different from the previous type. So this is A inverse transpose of B. So the difference is because this is not A, this is A transpose. So if you take A transpose inverse on both sides, you get this, but A transpose inverse is the same as A inverse transpose. Do not forget that. Now what is X? X is X, Y, Z equal to, I know A inverse. This is my A inverse. So what is A inverse transpose? Minus 1 by 16 into, interchange the rows and columns. What is that? Minus 4, minus 5, 7, then 4, 1, minus 11, then 4, minus 3, 1. See? Actually, it's a cofactor. Okay? So, minus 4, minus 5 is 7, 4, 1, minus 11, 4, minus 3, 1. Into, what is the constant B? The B is the column matrix, that is 13, 4 and 8. Correct? Now I am going to multiply. How do I multiply? You know this very well. We have done this in the previous problem also. This is 16 into. Now let's see how to go about it. This is my first row, first column. What do you get? First row, first column. Minus 52. Right? 4 3s are 12. Okay, then this is minus 20 and plus 28. Now go to the next column, next row. What do you get? 4 into this is 52 plus 4 minus 88. Now go to the third row. What is the problem here? This is 52 minus 12 plus 8. So this is X, Y, Z equal to minus 1 by 16 into. Now you have to do the subtraction. What do you get? I think if you subtract, you get minus 72 plus 28. Did I make any mistake? 7, 4, 1 minus 11. 4 minus 3, 1 into 13, 4, 8. So if you multiply, I get minus 50 minus 28. And 7 8s are 56. I told you I make mistake. Multiplication is a problem. Is a 56. Correct? So that will give me minus 16. And this should give me minus 32. And the last value will be 48. I'm just avoiding wastage of time. So X is equal to 1, Y equal to 2, Z equal to minus 3. Okay, so it's The calculation, of course, 7 into 8 is 56. I wrote it as 28. I don't know why, but just take care of this. Okay, multiplication. When you are doing these problems, you have to be very careful with your calculation. Anyone can make mistakes, so be careful about it. But the highlight is the difference between previous problem. In the previous problem, it was AX. This matrix was A. In this problem, it is not A. It is A transpose. It is A transpose. That is the difference. That is why it's called type 2. And you are using a very powerful result that A transpose inverse is A inverse transpose. They can be interchanged. So I hope this is clear to you. Now the type 3, very, very important sum. Type 3 is a very important sum. Again, it has come many times in the board exam. Okay, you call this as type 3. One of these type only will come for your exam. You can rest assured. Now, the question here is find AB. So we will first find AB. How do you find AB? This is 2, 2 minus 4, minus 4, 2 minus 4, 2 minus 1, 5 into 1 minus 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2. By now, you must be very familiar with the matrix multiplication. First row, let me complete that, otherwise it will get joined. First row and first column. How do I multiply? First row, first column. 2 plus 2 plus 0. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 plus 0. So that is finished. Now go to the next one. What do you get? It will be minus 2 plus 6 minus 4. Right? And if you do, by now you should have understood multiplication. I have not wasted my time in this. Once again, it will be what? 0 plus 8 minus 8. Okay. If you do this process again, you bring this down. Okay, I'll just complete it. I've already done this much, so I can finish it. So what do you get? Minus 4 plus 4, then 0. Then what happens? It will be 4 plus 6 minus 4. Then again go to the next row, next column. What do you get? 0. This is 8 minus 8. Now come to this element. What do you get? This is 2 minus 2 and 0. Something nice happening here. What about this one? This will be minus 2 minus 3 plus 5. And finally, thank God I finished it. What is this? This is 0 minus 4. This is 0 minus 4 plus 10. So you can see clearly this is 6, 0, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0, 0, 6. So what is AB? I have got AB as 6I. Okay, I hope you know this. If I take 6 outside, this becomes 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, which is nothing but an identity matrix. So AB is 6I. AB is 6I. Now I am going to solve this equation. Please understand, when you are solving this equation, you have to be very careful, because first of all, look at the equation and put them in the right order. Now how do I put them in the right order? See, one of these equations only will come here. So first you have to look at x, y and 3. Okay. Maybe I will go to the next page and do it. Okay. See, first I will write. First I will write coefficient of this. What is coefficient of this? 1 minus 1, 0. Correct? Next I'll write the coefficient of this. This is the second. So what is that? 2, 3, 2, 3 followed by 4, and finally I write this. What is that? 0, because x is missing. So put 0, 1, 2. I hope you understand why I put 0, because there is no x term here. Into what? Into x, y, z equal to, what is the constant? Here the constant is 7. The constant is 7 and 3. So not 7. I'm sorry. First I used this, right? So it should be 3 followed by 17 and then 7. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So this is 3, 17 and 7. See, I myself made a mistake when I'm doing the problem. It can happen. In a hurry when you do certain things, you can make mistakes. Since you use the first equation, you have to use that constant. Okay. So you can verify this. Now if you observe this very, very, very carefully, this is nothing but B, correct? This is your B. This is your matrix B. And this is X equal to some new matrix C. Now what is X? Your X is X, Y, Z. And what is your C? Your C is 3, 17 and 7. C is 3, 17 and 7. Now what I should do? I want to find X. So multiply both sides by B inverse. Now what is B inverse into B? I. Now Ix is X. So it will be B inverse C. Correct? Now how do I find this B inverse? You already know AB is 6i. You cannot use cofactor and all that to do these problems. You have to use only what is B, because the question is find AB, hence solve this equation. So you have to use AB only and solve the equation. So AB is 6i. When AB is 6i, how to find B inverse? Now first of all, where is B? B is on the right side of A. So I will post multiply B inverse. You can't do whatever you want in these chapters, because when commutative property does not hold good in some topic, you have to be very, very careful. Now what is associative property here? B inverse is I. And I into B inverse is B inverse. Any matrix multiplied with identity will give back the same matrix. Now what is A into I? Using the same idea, it will be A. So from this you can find B inverse. What is B inverse? 1 by 6 A. Am I right? 1 by 6 A. Now let's come back to this. What is X? X is X, Y, Z. What is B inverse? 1 by 6 A. If I want, I can write 1 by 6. What is my A? A is 2, 2 minus 4. Minus 4, 2 minus 4. 2 minus 1, 5. So this will be what? 2, 2 minus 4. Minus 4, 2 minus 4. 2 minus 1, 5. Into, what is C? C is 3, 17 and 7. Now as usual, you know matrix multiplication. X, Y, Z equal to, keep the 1 by 6 outside. Now how do you multiply? You multiply first row with first column. What do you get? 6 plus 34 minus 28. I hope my multiplication is correct. 6 plus 14, 34 minus 28. Now go to the next one. What do you get? Minus 12 plus 34 minus 28. Now come to the third column. What do you get? 6 minus 17 plus 35, which is effectively 1 by 6 into, what is this? This is 40. 40 minus 28 is 12. And this is minus 40. What is this? Minus 10, 40, minus 40 and 34. So it is 6 minus 6. And finally, what is the value? Final value 35. 35 means it is 41. 41 minus 17. It is 24. So you get x is equal to 2, y equal to -1, z equal to 4. I think the calculations are correct. X is equal to 2, y equal to -1, z equal to 4. I hope this is clear. This is, see, there are three types. All three problems are important. All three are totally different. In what way they are different? The first problem is you write Ax equal to B. The second one was A transpose X is B. Here you don't find cofactor, you don't find adjoint, but you find the product of A and B, and from there I find inverse. Many students, what they do, they find A, B, and they write 6i, and then they go for cofactor, adjoint, and find A inverse. You may be right, but you are not answering the question that you are supposed to use A, B. Okay, so they will not give marks, so be very, very careful about it. Is that clear? Now let's go to the next question. Now this is a very famous, very, very important, almost similar, I think the same numbers you have in the NCERT book also. Very, very, very important sum. Okay. Now how do I do it? Here no matrix is given. You are only asked to solve system of equations. Now what is coefficient of 1 by x? The coefficient of 1 by x is 2. Coefficient of 1 by y is -3. Z is 3. Again here what happens? 1, 1, 1. What about this? 3 minus 1, 2. So I wrote the coefficient of x, y, z into, it is not x, y, z, it is actually 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z equal to, what is the constant? 10, 10 and 13. It is understood that x, y, z are not 0. Okay, it's understood. Now this is the first, this is the step. Now this is totally different. This is, I call this as type 4, because here there is no A given, okay, nor A transpose is given, nor AB is given. Here only you are given an equation and you are asked to solve using matrix method. The question will be solve using matrix method. Solve using matrix method. Okay, so that will be the question. So all that you need to do is take the coefficients and form a matrix as usual. So this is Ax equal to B. I don't know what A is, so you have to declare where A is 2 minus 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3 minus 1, 2. And what is X? My X is X, Y, Z. And what is my B? My B is 10, 10 and 13. Okay. Now I want to find X. How do I find X? X is A inverse B. By now you should have understood. I'm pre-multiplying by A inverse. So when I pre-multiply by A inverse, I'll get A inverse Ax equal to A inverse B. And A inverse A is I into X is X. So that is how I got this equation. This is what is required for me. Now how do I find inverse? A inverse, what's the formula? A inverse formula is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Now how do I go about it? So first I'll find determinant of A. Okay, when I find determinant of A, I think I am getting it as -9. I'm not doing it now, it's going to waste a lot of time. Okay, my determinant of A is -9, and I also find A inverse using cofactor method, which I have also found and kept. So I'm just writing it here. So the A inverse will be, so you can try. If you don't get, you can ask me. You can put in the comment box. I will definitely respond to it. 1 minus 5 minus 7. This is just to save time. I'm doing it. 1 and also it will be a practice for you. 1, 5. I think it's a mistake. I'll just change this once again. This is, I wrote the cofactor. 3 minus 6, 1 minus 5, 1 minus 4, minus 7 and 5. Now take all this and substitute here. So you get X, Y, Z equal to A inverse 1 by 9 into 3 minus 6, 1 minus 5, 1, minus 4, minus 7, 5 into, what is the constant? 10, 10 and 13. So if you multiply, what happens? When you multiply this, you will get, I think you're getting -18 and minus 27 and minus 45. We'll just check it. This is 30, 30 is 60, 60 minus 1, here's the minus 18. This is 10 minus 50, so that's correct. This is minus 40, the others also. Perfect. Perfect. Now, in fact, it is not XYZ, it should be, I have made a mistake here. X is 1 by X, 1 by Y, and 1 by Z. Okay. So now, 1 by X is, what do you get here? 2. 1 by Y is 3. 1 by Z is 5, correct? So what is X is equal to? 1 by 2, Y equal to 1 by 3, Z equal to 1 by 5. So this is a very, very simple question. In fact, much easier than the other problem. But here the thing is, no constraints are given, no equations are given. You are free to do. You are first you write the equation Ax equal to B, then X is equal to A inverse B. To find A inverse, first you find determinant, okay, and my determinant value is minus 9. Then you find A inverse by cofactor method, and then you multiply it with B, this matrix, you get the value of X, Y, Z. Students make mistakes. They write 1 by X is 2 and write 2, 3, 5 as the answer. Half mark gone. So be careful. 1 by X is 2, therefore X is 1 by 2. Y is 1 by 3. Z is 1 by 5. This is what you should do. Okay. Now we have one more question. I know it's getting late, but we'll do one more question and then I will stop with this. Okay. This is a word problem. So I call this as type 4. I call this as type 5. Okay. Type 5. Exactly like the previous question, but only thing is we need to form the equation. How do I form the equation? Let X, Y, Z be 3 numbers. He is asking me to find 3 numbers. Okay. Now what is given? The sum of the 3 numbers is 6. Sum of 3 numbers is 6. First equation is done. Sum of 3 numbers is 6. Now what's the second equation? If we multiply the third number by 2, if we multiply the third number by 2 and add it with the first 2, add it with the first number, and add it with the first number, the result is 7. So second equation. What's the third one? By adding second and third number, to what? 3 times the first number. By adding the second and the third number to what? To 3 times the first number, I get 12. See? Again, sum of 3 numbers is 6. X plus Y plus Z is 6. If we multiply the third number by 2, that is 2Z, and add it with the first number, that is X, add. Okay, so the result is 7. If you add the second and third number to what? If you add the second and third number to 3 times the first number, the result is 12. Now, there is no difference between this problem and this question which I did, the type 4. Here it is 1 by X, 1 by Y, 1 by Z. Here it is X, Y, Z. So what do you do here? Coefficient of X, Y, Z. 1, 0, 2. Don't forget this. 3, 1, 1. Into what? There I wrote 1 by X, 1 by Y, 1 Z. Here it will be X, Y, Z. And what is the constant? The constant will be 6, 7 and 12. So this is Ax equal to B. So what will be X? X will be A inverse B. To find A inverse, first of all, I have to find the determinant value. So what is my determinant value? When I solve this problem, I get determinant value as 4, which you can try. And I find A inverse, that also you can try. I'm writing it here so that you can cross check. Minus 2, 0, 2, 5, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2. Otherwise, if I do all this, it takes a lot of time. And you also will not get chance to try. So you get X, Y, Z equal to A inverse 5 minus 2 minus 1, 1, 2 minus 1 into what is the constant matrix here? 6, 7 and 12. So if you multiply, what do I get? if we multiply all this, I think I'm getting the answer as x is 3, y is 1, z is 2. You can try this and see. It's not difficult. Okay, if you have difficulty, you can always write in the comment section. I will definitely get back to you. Now, even though it's getting late, I'll just a quick recap of whatever we have done today. Okay. Now, what is the recap I want to give you? The recap is first type. What is the first type? The first type of question is, I have given a matrix A. They asked you to find A inverse and hence solve, right? That was pretty straightforward. What you did, you got Ax equal to B and you multiplied by A inverse. What is the second type? You are given a matrix A and asked to solve, but you did not get Ax is equal to B, but you got A transpose X equal to B, and then you wrote X as what? A transpose inverse of B. So, and I use the result A transpose inverse is A inverse transpose. I hope this is clear. Now type 3. What was the type 3? Type 3 is, I have given a matrix A and I have given a matrix B. I was asked to find AB, which happens to be 6i. Then I have to use this matrix to solve the equation. So I found B inverse. How do I find B inverse? I got A by 6. How did I find? Post multiply. So A into B inverse equal to 6i B inverse. So I get A equal to 6B inverse. So B inverse is A by 6. And what is the next type? The next type is, you have given an equation. You are supposed to form the equation and solve it. Okay. And the last type was word problems. When a word problem is given, you have to bring it to an equation and solve it. I didn't get, I wanted to do one more question, but I think it is already for 45 minutes, I think. So I will not do this. You can make a note of this and try to solve this problem. And if you are not able to get it, you can always ask me in the comment section. I will answer you. Okay. I know it's very tedious today. I hope, but it is definitely one of the most important video for you, where it will help you to score that most crucial 5 marks in the board exam. Okay. We will continue in the next video with more problems. Until then, it's have a nice day, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also to press the bell icon for getting notifications on videos. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. Thank you.